feel like compared to like MLB The Show, you know, I feel like there's just more in Madden in 2K opposed to like gameplay wise in terms of like what you can do in a sense, maybe.
Okay.
Because there's like, you know, there's like hundreds and thousands of animations in 2K. It's SIGs. You know, people are doing the metas and then they get patched and then they find something else. So that's probably why 2K is consistently changing stuff. I know they just did a patch like last week for all the 2K heads out there, but yeah, it is unrealistic though to a sense. I know I just put 122 on my boy Rico the other night. If he sees this, I made sure to post it, so it's up there. But
here's another thing about 2K. So you put 122 on Rico?
Yeah, what book? Well, I'm gonna make that.
Okay.
Out there. Yep.
Here's another thing. So there's a lot about 2K. I swear, it just drives me crazy. So I like my career. I like to build my play and go through the career. I'm an NBA player, dog. I made it to the league.
Yep.
I got this big ass pad. Yet you give me, but yet I'm driving. I'm running around town with a skateboard.
Yep.
Like this is what I'm saying. Now. This is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that should have been like. I never got it. I'm
VC
like,
either.
Bro, dog. Can I get a couple whips? Can I have a garage of cars? Like skateboards and shit. Like, come on, dog. I'm an NBA player, bro. I'm not walking around town on a skateboard, man. Getting a no. There's just so much about it that kind of always has irritated me. And then again, I feel like I remember. I tell you, I used to play. This is way back. I mean, you can probably tell me the year. This is when J.R. Smith was still with the Nuggets. So this is a minute ago.
Yeah.
But I just remember like that year. Every time I play somebody online or play somebody on the sticks, J.R. Smith was like Steph Curry. Like he just dunked on everybody. He's like a cheat code. He dunked on everybody.
Gerald Green, 2K14.
Gerald Green was a cheat code, right? And I feel like at one point when we had Bo on his son's team, like I had Bo out there doing 30 and 30 every night. Like and
I had 60 with him in my league this year.
That's what I'm saying.
I signed him.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I would play games and it'll be fun, but then I look at the box score and I'm like, this shit is like so unrealistic, man. Like I'm never getting 30 and 30 with Bo. Like, so I guess I'm a realist. Like with Madden, with Madden, I think Madden when you play good players online is very strategy based. You know, like I like the fact that like you can tell if somebody's a football guy when you play them in Madden.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I see your personnel and you in the wrong defense, if you in a cover 2 or cover 3 or you're in man, you're in this or you're that, I can just look at it and be like, all right, 2 minutes into the game, I'm roasting this dude because he has no real understanding of personnel matchups. 3 wide receiver, 4 wide receiver, 2 wide receiver splits, 12 personnel. Like, so I like that. I like that chess challenge of this guy know what's really happening. Do you know what a cover 2 really does? Do you know what a cover 3 really does? Do you know what a cover 4 really does? Right? Do you know that part of it I enjoy, and I think that's why I lean Madden over 2K a little bit. But again, MLB,
I wish 2K was more strategic in terms like you can't run like drop coverage on defense. Like I wish you could do that. And it's just frustrating. I wish there was more you could do on defense on 2K. Hopefully they do fix that next year. And offensively too. Like I wish there was more you could do. You know, more actions and stuff, but you can't. But it is what it is. But I'm glad we talked about Madden though, because I've been thinking about what I want to do, when I retire. And I think I want to be a Pee Wee football coach. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Yeah. But not for like I'm gonna push the limits. Like we're doing Oklahoma drill for hours. Like
okay. Yeah. Why are you sticking to Pee Wee though? Why not?
Or
why not middle school? Why not? I mean, you can take that to the max, brother. Football coach. That's true. Man. Like you can do a lot with it. It's a great thing too, man. Coaching these young kids, man. I mean, if you got a passion for it, brother, that's super dope. I actually like that idea. When you come out here, man, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of coaches, high school coaches. I'm serious, dog. Like, that's a dope thing. that's dope that you want to do that, man. I mean,
can you still run Oklahoma drill, or is that banned?
Yeah, a lot of that is banned.
That's banned
A
now.
lot of
Okay.
a lot of that is banned. They got so many restrictions now. And I'll tell you something that's interesting, man. I mean, I don't think people understanding enough how big this flag football stuff is getting. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
we got it to the Olympics, so it's big.
that's true.
But I think 5-10 years from now, you're gonna be able to make a living off of playing flag football. There'll be flag football leagues. There'll be televised games. There'll be a whole different space and lane for these young football players who are just like dynamite at that structure of the game. Which I'll give you an example, right? The Big Three. Like, no one ever thought that you would have a Big Three league, call it the Big Three, play, have a TV deal, people watching it, people paying to go see it. That's 3-on-3 basketball. Like, I envision a world where there's gonna be a crazy football, and I tell you, man, like, I've seen some of these flag football players, brother. They are
legit.
Fucking insane good. Like, there's a lane there for these younger generation that I wish was around when I was a kid. Like, I wish there was a lane like that where you could take it to that height, because let's be honest about it too, man. Football, the actual NFL football, college football, man, it's dangerous, brother. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. I never let Malik play football. Like, he wanted to his whole life, and I wouldn't do it because I had friends that played football, and I go to their house and they're pissing blood. Like, I've seen that. You know what I mean? Head injuries. Like, it's a crazy thing. You play flag football now, you're taking a lot of that element out of it. Now it's just, hey, man, can you run?
Yeah.
Can you catch? Can you get in and out of breaks? You can do a lot of that stuff way more safe than getting on the field and having, Ray Lewis knock your head off.
Yeah, but I think that stuff is I found that kind of interesting. Pee Wee football is always my experience, at least. That's where you find out if you're a football player, if you're a basketball player. As soon as you get in those Oklahoma lines, you start counting line. You're like, who am I matched up against here? You got the big ass kid that lives on the farm. You're like, fuck that kid. Oh my god,
he gonna run you.
I'm gonna have CTE.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, that's legit. Legit topic too. But yeah,
big 6'6", 320 guy that's on the farm that you're like, I got to do Oklahoma drill against this dude. Like, man, I'm
just here to. I just watch highlights.
I'm like, football, Neph. I stopped playing football. So I played all sports in high school: baseball, football, basketball, and soccer. Okay. Yeah, I actually played varsity baseball, football, basketball, and soccer in high school. Soccer, I think I told you this story when my stepdad was from Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He played professional soccer in Argentina. So I started to kind of pick up the game from him a little bit early. And then I never had any passion to play it. And he had like a older league, like 25 to 35 league, and I was young. And he would bring me out there, and I was an athlete. So one time he just put me on the field naturally, and it just came pretty easy to me. And I realized how good shape they were in. So one year, just messing around, I was like, I'm just going to start working with the soccer team to stay in shape, because these dudes was monsters as far as being in shape. And
same cardio.
Cardio's crazy, and just everything, man. Footwork is great for basketball and all that stuff. So I did it just messing around, trying to stay in shape, and I ended up actually making the team. But the football thing, man, I didn't want to get hit. I didn't want to get hit, right? I'm 6 feet, 160 pounds. I'm not. I know my limits, brother.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit somebody and not have somebody hit me. I had good hands. I had good feet. So naturally, I'm like, I'll be a DB or a safety, right? I never had any dreams of trying to play college football because I knew my limits. I'm like, I'm going against big dudes. What ended up happening was, though, I'm sorry, am I veering off here? Are we good?
No, this is great.
So I'll tell you what happened. I want to say it was my junior year. I'm a DB / safety. Our third string wide receiver broke his hand. Right.
Oh.
So now you know that saying, right? If you're a DB or a safety, it's because you can't catch the ball. You ever hear that? Yeah. Right? They're like, if you're a DB or safety, you got speed, you got good lateral movement, you're a good athlete. You just can't catch a fucking ball. That's why you're not a receiver. It was the opposite for me. I was a natural receiver. I just didn't want to get hit. So I was back there. So anyway, long story short, my teammate breaks his hand, and the coaches come to me and they're like, yo, you know the playbook. You can play the wide receiver spot. Slide in at the wide receiver spot. What happened was the guy that was backing me up at safety, he was my backup. He's now in my spot.
Yeah,
man, dude, in practice, bro. Dude lit me up, bro. I'll tell you.
He was holding that shit in deep. He's like, I'm gonna get his ass.
Oh yeah. I played with Quentin Spotwood, who made the Super Bowl with the Giants. He was my teammate. But I mean, we had some dogs, and so our quarterback threw me. I ran a slant route. It was supposed to be in my chest. Threw it a little high, so I had to extend. I got up in the air, and dude hit me dead smack in the back.
Got
here,
cracked.
And I hit the ground, and I heard the beep, flat line. Like I heard it. If you ever have a concussion, anybody listening who's had a concussion, keep it a buck. That's what you hear.
Oh.
You hit the ground, and you hear the beep, and you wake up. And they take you to the sideline, and I started throwing up, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And within 2 minutes, this is the crazy part of it. Within 2 minutes, my coaches were like, "You good? Get up in there, get another rep." This is before they knew the damage of that stuff. And I remember going out there running 2 more routes, and I had lost complete balance, and I took myself out. I was like, "Nah, bro. Like, I don't care what you call me. Something's not right." And I was concussed. And then I remember talking to my basketball coach, and he was like, "Hey, man, if you go to another football practice, I'm not letting you in the gym. Like, you're basketball. Cut the football shit out." And that was it. That was the only time I got concussed, and I never did it again because I realized how crazy that was. I was seeing, I had like a fog brain for like 10 days.
Dang.
Like, I woke up every morning, and it was just, it felt foggy. The weirdest thing ever, man. And it can get scary. And if you have multiple concussions, the shit is dangerous, man. So thank God I had enough wherewithal to be like, all right, that ain't for me. But yeah, man. So Oklahoma drills, that's for you, dog.
Yeah.
You 6'8",
we're doing all that.
You're a big dude.
Yeah. I wasn't I guess I was at the time, but I was like, yeah, I'm more for like, let's go hoop after this. That's where I found out very, very quickly. I mean, I still enjoyed football, obviously. I still played it throughout middle school, but I don't know. I was just like, I kept thinking about it. I was like, either that or, maybe youth basketball, whatever one, kind of comes about. So I think, especially, I obviously won't be in the Midwest, but I feel like my experience, at least, I feel like I was kind of cut short. And that might sound kind of crazy, but
explain. What do you mean cut short?
Like, I feel like I wasn't maximized as a player. Like, I kind of knew what my strengths were as a player. Obviously, I have a 40-year-old alcoholic coach, but no shout out to him. He's coming to practice. I'm like, yeah, this dude he's messed up, bro. Like, this dude just he looks rough. Like, he already doesn't want to be here because it's 8 a.m, but he had a time. But I was one of the best 3-point shooters on the team. Obviously, I was the tallest player, but I was one of the best 3-point shooters. That was a no-go.
Really?
That's a no-go.
Yeah,
and
he wanted you in the paint. He wanted you in the paint. He wanted you in the post.
Obviously, this is my whole spiel on it, because I think this is this kind of goes for everyone. But I feel like especially at the youth level, I feel like everyone has to play it, at least try every position. Obviously, if you're super small, you can't really run the big, but I feel like the big should also be running guard stuff, because you never know, that kid that's 5'8" right now, fuck, he could be 5'8" as a senior. Like, you don't know who's gonna do whatever. But especially like at the next level, look at the guys in the league, the best players in the league. Wemby, 7'5", he can handle the ball. He's doing all the crazy things, man. I just feel like You know, I'm not saying I was going to be like some prodigy or I was going to the league or even play college at that, but I just felt like I wasn't really maximized as a player. And, you know, small town too. I know you're from bigger city, so I'm not sure, like, you know, I really hate
happens
because it sounds corny, but the politic deal, the last name deal, like, you know, I was a starter on the team and then just out of nowhere, didn't start. Kind of crazy. I found out later.
Go ahead.
Same kid that took my place starting. Wasn't getting a lot of minutes in baseball. Daddy went up to the coaches like, "Hey, yo, why is my kid not playing? There's a reason, homie." Like,
yeah, no, there is. Keep it I mean, listen, I was the athletic director of a program. My son went to private schools and played at private schools. I'll tell you, it's a sad reality, but yeah, we face that, man. You know, as the athletic director of a program, you know, kid comes in and he's not good enough, and I'm not only athletic director, I'm the head coach. Yeah, and kid's not good enough, and then you know I get pulled over by the principal, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm not gonna say any names, but it's like, right? Hey, why is Bobby not playing? I'm like, Bobby's not good.
Yeah, Bobby sucks.
It's just not good enough. And they're like, well, you know, Bobby's dad donates a Mercedes Benz to the program every year.
Tell him to take a band, choir.
I'm like, okay. And you know, this person's father's the chief of police of this program, or you know, this person donates X amount of money to. So, yeah, it's a sad reality, but that politics plays into it. And then as a coach, I mean, you probably would have liked me. See, I didn't put nobody in a box. Like I've seen a lot of kids that I grew up with that had D1 talent, had pro talent, but they were always playing out of position. Like, you know, one of my nephews, shout out my nephew Dante, he played against Carl Towns in high school, and Dante's a big kid, like he's 6'4", 215. He's a guard. But the school he played at, he was their big man, so he had to get guard Carl Towns at 6'4", right?
Yeah, that's not it.
It's not it. They didn't play to his strengths. They didn't actually make him what he was. But the school, that's what they needed. Like they had nobody above 6'4", 6'5", so he had to play the big spot. Yeah. And so a lot of times these kids are playing out of position, and they're big for your school, but that guy's a natural guard. So I always ran my stuff and I let guys be themselves. Don't get it messed up. If you 6'8", you playing for me, Neph. You doing something in the block for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna prevent you from bringing the ball up from time to time and putting you in the pick and roll and allowing you to shoot the jumper and run some offense through you and stuff like that. I'm not just saying that, get the rebound, run to the block. Like, that's crazy. Not in this day and age. Kids are just too talented. They got too many things. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. I had to face that, unfortunately, in a lot of ways. It's not fair.
Yeah. It's just, it kind of sucks because it just feels like, you know, there's nothing much you can do. Then, obviously, your love for the game, playing it, organized, and especially in a small town in northwest Iowa, you're cooked, man.
I get it.
But I don't know, it was always funny too. I'm gonna dive into this more because I'm sure there's a lot of people that have probably, I'm not the only one, obviously there's a lot of people that have been in this situation, but it would be weird too because then you go to open runs and then, you know, folks are coming to your house, you play, you know, run some games, you're fucking busting their ass, you're like, how am I not
playing in
I know you're the coach's kid. I'm beating your ass at your own house, right in your driveway. Your dad is watching me beat the fuck out of you. I was just, whatever.
You know what? Cool. You know what's funny about that, Neph, is I had an opportunity to coach at Christ the King. So Christ the King High School, they offered me the head coaching job at Christ the King, and part of the deal for me to go to Christ the King was I had to bring Malik with me. And I refused it. I turned it down. I didn't want to coach Malik beyond the middle school. When he got to high school and he made his decision, whether it was Seton Hall Prep, whether it was Don Bob. I mean, you just mentioned the guy today. You mentioned the guy today, Dylan Harper. Okay? Malik matched up with Dylan as a freshman in high school. And we were just having this conversation literally a couple weeks ago with a mutual friend that's, you know, and I remember Malik hit 3 threes. Malik ended that game with like 22 points. They lost to Don Bosco. Dylan Harper's the star player for Don Bosco. I remember Malik he hit 3 threes in a row, and he made a gesture to the crowd.
He's feeling it, man.
Real talk. I mean, I wouldn't say this. People know they were there. So he had 3 threes in a row, and he made a gesture to the crowd. And
of course,
coach
man,
didn't like it. No, coach pulled him out the game. Coach pulled him out.
What? That's lame as shit.
Yeah, coach pulled him out. That was I couldn't do that. Like, I'm not coaching him, right? So, my ride home is like, yo, man, like, you got a strict coach. Like, just get back on defense. And
yeah.
I know the momentum. The game was hype. You got a high taught it. You got a highly recruited Dylan Harper on the court. Everybody wants to show out. Dylan went crazy. Dylan might have had 40 in that game. But to your point, it's crazy because it's to your point, brother. There's a lot of politics, a lot of crazy stuff happening. I didn't want to coach Malik in high school. I had many options, and it's like I don't want to be in the situation you were just in.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I don't want to be in high school and having somebody wonder, am I not playing because that's the coach's, that's coach's son, right? So once we got to high school, it was like, pick your school, that's where you're going, hella high water. And then Christ the King offered me the job, and they wanted me to bring Malik over to play guard. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to coach Malik. The second crazy thing is that Christ the King was in our conference. So that means I got to coach against my son, which I know.
Damn.
I know everything about him. So now that car ride home is crazy because I'm so competitive. If I had to coach against him, he's coming home beat down, and now I might have my wife ready to kill me.
How much he dropping you though?
No, Malik was good, man. Malik tore his ACL as a sophomore, man, and that really saved that. Yeah, he popped his ACL playing varsity as a sophomore. And then his story's kind of crazy, man. Again, we were just having this conversation. People don't understand. Malik was very shifty, really great handle, left, right, can shoot the hell out the basketball, can get a bucket. Malik was better than I was as a player overall. He just didn't have my body. He ended up having, but not only that, he busted his ACL first game of the season at home as a sophomore. So here's Malik's story, though, man. He blows his ACL his first game as a sophomore. And his teammate was Nick Boyd, who's probably going to get drafted this year. Shout out to Nick Boyd, Wisconsin. So he pops his ACL. He takes that whole year off to recover. His first game back as a junior, on like the very first or second play of the game, he gets the ball, he goes to the hole, he gets contact and one. He goes to the free throw line, and I see him reach down like to stretch his knee.
No.
And I look at my wife, and I'm like, oh, shit, man. And she's like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me see the next play. He makes the free throw. The guard's coming down, blows right by him. Just right by him, layup. I wait one more possession. I see he can't move laterally. He can't do so. I ping the coach, and I'm like, yo, he's not going to tell you. Something's wrong, bro. Something's wrong. Like, talk to him in the locker room. I think at halftime they pulled him. Malik didn't want to talk to me that whole night. Like, the drive home was, why did you get involved, Dad? I was good. Why'd you pull me from the game? I missed the whole year. Coming back from ACL, this is an important year. Like, why are you doing this? And the father in me is like, dog, I don't think you're being honest with me. I think something's wrong. So that night I reached out to the surgeon. Following morning, we was in the surgeon's office. And here's the truth. I mean, he sprained his MCL. So now he's out 6 to 8 weeks. He comes back 6 to 8 weeks later, and in the warm up on some KD shit, ends up spraining his ankle
Oh man.
So now he's out his whole junior year. His senior year is
COVID.
Oh. Now Mr. O'Shea. So all that to say, the poor kid played his freshman year, and basically tore his ACL his second year, whole year out, MCL and ankle, whole third year, and then COVID was the fourth year. So talk about your dreams and everything just being snatched away. It was hard, man. It was hard as a father to see that. But that's just the way the cookie crumbled. You know what I mean? And he picked up the pieces, and he realized his body had failed him. It's nothing you could do about it. And he just graduated from ASU. Super proud of him. But yeah, man, it's a tough business, man. It's a tough business, man. But yeah. Imagine me coaching against him. Like if I would have coached against him, and I'd have had the dogs on him, bro. I'd have had the dogs on him, dog. You're not getting 10 tonight, you know. And then my wife probably would have had me sleep on the couch. So I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah, she hit you with another bird prank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't give her no ideas.
Another bird prank.
Don't give her no ideas, nephew. But yeah, that was crazy, man. So cool.
That's one thing I've never really had like any injuries. I've sprained my ankles because they're like jello because I'm super uncoordinated, but never had anything serious, frankly, or I guess thankfully. But that's tough, man. That sucks. Yeah. I've never really had to go through that. It's kind of like that's my biggest fear still when I go to like open runs and I'm playing at the line with the other dudes. I'm like, these dudes aren't cautious. Like they're not self-aware. Like they're just out there doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So that's always why I'm like, I'm just gonna shoot threes today. But
and you gotta be careful doing that. Somebody slide up under you. You land on somebody's
I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm actually paying to play, so I'm not. Correct. Yeah, I ain't getting hurt today.
I get it. So. I get it, dog. I get it.
Oh yeah, that's a crazy little trip down memory lane there.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. We'll see if do that